It's another Jersday on Double Shot at Love, where we have a presidential debate, Jersey style. The House goes against Nikki, and we say sayonara to another contestant in the game. That's all coming up right now. Let's see.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, guys? Happy Jersey. It's new, right? I like it. This is awesome. This is really cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are so happy to see you. I'm your host, Vinny Adams, and to my left, this guy right here, the stylish. He's always fun to hang out with.
Thank you.
CJ, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? I love that intro. I actually wrote that for him, so.
Yes, and I was like, how should I intro you, man? He was like, come on, say this and say that. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
I am stylish, though, so.
Up for debate.
And then we have the great, the amazing, you guys, she is an awesome actress. One of the nicest people I have ever met. Lauren Mayo. How are you, Lauren?
I'm great. I didn't get to write mine, but you did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I was like, I hope she likes it. I really hope she likes it. And then we have a special guest, you guys. You know her from A Double Shot at Love. Miss L, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. So we have so much to talk about. We're going to talk about that big presidential debate that happened, and then we're going to go into how the girls kind of went all in on Nikki, and then her double date, and then some other stuff in between. We have our news and gossip, our predictions, and then towards the end, we're going to ask you a couple of questions outside of the show.
Cool.
Let's get on to it.
Dive in.
Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, so we first started out with the presidential debate. They both went on. They had their little speech about why they should get picked from the girls. And some of the things that really stood out to me were the best answers were when Vinny talked about, or when Pauly D talked about his kid.
Oh yeah, he
And
has that line like sewing up. It melts everybody's heart, I'm sure.
Right, and you don't really see that side of him, really. You know, we really just see the party guy. Right, exactly. So that was really cool. But something that stood out to me the most, like no other, was when Vinny talked about buying his mom his house. Yeah. And I had no idea, because the last time I heard, he was still living in the basement of his parents' house. So
I'm pretty sure he is, isn't he?
Yeah, you know what it is? It was really refreshing to hear that, because he was saying the stereotype is I'm a mama's boy, but in reality, he bought his mom a new home, and she lived in the entirety of the house, and he went in the basement, which it seems like it's still like a bomb basement, but he gave her the house. So it's not like, you know, he just moved in with his mom. He bought her a beautiful home.
Right.
Why would he not just like buy her house and buy his own house? Like
he's a mama's boy.
I mean, he still gets the free food, the free lunch.
Exactly. And so that was cool, because you really don't hear things like that. Like, you hear about people buying their parents a house but not living in there. So that's cool that he's so close with them.
For sure. He gets the perks and, you know, gets in a nice house, though.
Right. What did you guys think about that?
I thought it was so sweet. I mean, you already know I'm Team Vinny. We still girls, though. Like, I know you're trying to steal your man, but I definitely love Vinny.
Yeah.
And my biggest question about the whole debate is, who is this moderator?
Oh my God.
The moderator,
I was asking the
referee.
same question.
Who is he? Who's he related to?
Question.
I honestly don't know who he was. He walked in all suited up, and we're like, who is this man? I still don't know who he was to this day. He looked really official.
He was pretty good, though. I believed it.
Yeah.
Whether he was, like, a real one or not, I bought it.
Yeah.
And was he the same guy as the ref from the challenge?
No, it's a different guy.
Okay. I'm just wondering. I'm like, so they just gonna have this guy
keep
rotating?
Like, no, it was two different guys. The ref was some muscle dude, and then this guy, I don't know where they come from. I really don't.
Yeah. Let us know by
you just pick him up on the street.
Yeah, you look like a good moderator.
We can just like Google him and see who he is.
Yeah.
But whoever he is, he did a good job, and the winner ended up being
You.
Hey, yes.
Right. Yeah, right. So Vinny won the debate. He picked you. Did you know that you were going to get picked? Were you surprised? Were you shocked?
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't even know Vinny was gonna win the debate, because it was kind of split in half. And then once he started saying like, I want to pick somebody that's kind of into, you know, things I'm interested in, like political science. I majored that in college. I was like, oh, he's gonna pick me. Like, I was shocked. It was like, you know, it's a huge compliment because there's still a really big group of girls, and you feel so special. So I was shocked, but I was like, yes, it's time. Let's get a date.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about his choice?
I thought he chose the right girl, obviously.
Yeah.
She's great. And I like that. Of course, they're all beautiful, but they had, like, another, like, connection with the poli-sci background.
Yeah.
And it was fitting of the
Yeah.
challenge. I thought that was cute.
Honestly, it kind of shocked me because we haven't really seen you guys interact that much, so I didn't understand. I thought he was going to choose, like, what's her name? Maria or something.
Yeah.
But,
Totally.
good for you, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like interesting because they're not showing much of my relationship with the boys. So this seems kind of like out of left field, and it kind of was. So I'm happy I got to like be like, no, I'm here, bitches.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And like, I'm glad he didn't go with the pick of Maria because that's the one that everyone is thinking he's going to do because they have like such a close connection.
Yeah.
And I said this last week, like, I feel like they're not showing enough of the girls. So I'm glad that you got the date and you got some airtime. I'm like, finally, we see her.
Yes.
And we saw that really long, drawn-out kiss.
Yes.
The producers were loving that whole date. Like, they zoomed in on the butt.
I know.
I
They
was
were
just
zooming
like,
in on everything.
All right.
lips.
But we have to know, give us the juice. Is Vinny a good kisser?
Yes.
Yes.
Vinny is a good kisser.
All right.
It definitely got steamy in there. It wasn't just on TV.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they showed all of it, but yeah, good kisser. I was getting like butterflies, like all the feels for sure. It wasn't even fake.
So on a rate from 1 to 10, you give him...
I mean, I would say
He
I would
really
say
wants to
like
know.
a 9-10. Like he was great.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Seriously.
Nice. Cool.
Guido.
So what was the date like? Was it what we saw on TV? Was there more that we didn't see?
So that was kind of the date. I think we talked, it was, you know, in a presidential office. So it was supposed to be like kind of like the Oval Office. There was a
Right.
flag there, lots of food. So more chatting, kind of getting to know each other. But basically what you saw, they kind of summed up. So that was our date. We kind of went to the desk and then they're like, all right, we're cutting it, get out.
oh, yeah.
But yeah, that was the date. It was fun.
Nice. And so we were talking about Maria earlier. And how she didn't get picked, and in the show she said she was upset, she cried in the bathroom a little bit. What do you guys think about her reaction?
Maria's reaction?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I thought that she was going to get chosen, so I kind of felt like I understood why she was like so upset. Because if I had in my head that we have this really strong connection, why would you choose someone else?
Yeah.
So,
You know what's funny is so watching this, I didn't even know they had that strong of a connection. I didn't know they like, you know, like kissed the night before. I had no idea.
Really?
So I didn't know this
Okay.
was even building. So I'm like, oh, I know his relationship with Elise was strong. I didn't really know about Maria. I knew she liked him. So I didn't even know she was upset about it. I think it took a while for Maria to be more out there with her feelings. So I didn't know she was upset. I didn't know she was crying, you know.
Right.
So I'm kind of just seeing this now too.
Okay.
I think she handled it well, considering, like, yeah, you just made out with him last night. He's going on a date with someone else.
Yeah.
And then we also have to remember, these girls are all, like, super cute, and I'm sure they're not used to having to compete for guys. So I do appreciate that. I mean, she didn't act bitchy towards you.
No,
like, she still
totally.
kept, you know, I think she handled it
Unlike
with
some
handled it
people
great.
who probably, if that was Darren,
Yeah,
you
they would have said.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Maria's awesome. So I didn't even know she was upset, and I like when the girls kind of respect what you have, because then you know there might be the next date, and you kind of have to respect it too. So
Right.
yeah.
And yeah, that's what I like about Maria. She seems like a realist. It seems like she understands that, you know, this is a competition. Like I've said in every single after show, you know, this is a competition. You have to expect that the guys are going to go out with other women. They're going to make out with other women, and they're going to build bigger relationships with these women. And she handled it well. Yeah, she did cry, but at the same time, she is still human. She's not a
of
robot,
course.
and she's going to get feelings. So
Yeah.
kudos.
She did it in the shower like a G, didn't it? If
Exactly.
nobody seen the tears,
No
she's
one
like, I'm
saw
gonna cry in the
that.
shower, like R&B music, and then went out like it was normal.
Yeah,
Respect.
totally. Yeah.
Right. So after that, we find out that the loser, Pauly D, he actually really didn't
There's no
lose
losers for
that
these
much.
guys.
Yeah, there's
you
no
know?
losers.
Yeah.
He gets a special date with the remaining women in the hot tub. Everyone's having a good time,
Yeah.
except for one person,
Let's see who.
Nikki.
I feel like this show is just making Nikki look so bad. Like she seems like she's having a hard time in the
Yeah.
house, and people are just giving her crap.
Yeah.
So especially Darren, I don't like Darren. I don't. She just seems like she kind of seems like a bully towards
I
Nikki.
agree.
And maybe it's just because I met Nikki, so I'm
Yeah.
like Team Nikki.
Yeah.
But
That could be it. But like, and we've said this before, but what I respect about Nikki is, say what you want, like, of course, she's a little crazy, she's a little drama, like
Yeah.
everybody on reality TV. But at least you know what you're gonna get. I feel like Darren is very calculated and sneaky with her, like, shade.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh, she's always coming after me, and it's like, no, Nikki and you are coming after each other.
Right.
So, I don't know, I feel like Darren's really sneaky.
And
Yeah.
it kind of seems as though they're trying to paint Nikki in that villain role, but I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah.
A villain to me is
Darren.
someone
It's Darren.
who not even Darren. Not even Darren. I don't even
Not
think
fun.
Darren is a villain. I think a villain to me on a reality show is just someone who is just straight up malicious.
Yeah,
Someone
like-
who will do whatever it takes, will say whatever it takes. And
You know
no
what that
one on
sounds
this
like?
show has really done that. Who?
that kind of sounds like Darren.
Darren, I disagree with that.
She's never coming here.
I disagree with that. Like, yeah, Darren gets catty at times, but
Catty.
she hasn't gone that extra mile of a villain.
I get what you're saying. She's not bad girls clubbing it with, like, throwing people's
Yeah.
clothes
Right,
out
exactly.
and doing
It's
stuff
just
like
some
that.
shade.
She's
Some
just
shade.
mean girl shade.
Yeah, did
Right,
you see
right.
that in the
Yeah.
house?
Yeah. Oh, totally. I mean, it's interesting with Nikki's evolution is that she comes off the obvious villain. Like everyone, like we don't like Nikki. She's so extra, but like it will shift because you'll start seeing her in a different light. Like this episode tonight, when we were all sitting at the couch for superlatives, is when it like kind of was at its boiling point almost,
Okay.
where it was like, all right, we got to get this shit out. Like we got to tell Nikki why maybe we have some feelings about her or we don't like her.
Right.
So it's coming to a head, and yeah, definitely like the East Coast girls, they're pushing it, and
Right.
yeah, that includes Darren for sure. Like it's kind of like egging her on.
What did you guys think about Nikki just shutting it off in the pool, like not talking
Yeah.
to anyone? Because Pauly D did tell her to tone it down, but she took it to like a completely different notch and
Yeah.
just shut it off
I mean,
completely.
you can understand why she'd be upset. Like, just with Maria, you can understand that. You should understand Nikki getting upset.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a thing too, and I just got because I'm trying to think what else would she do? Okay, he's told her to like go down notches or whatever because I get both sides. I
Yeah.
get like while she looks like she doesn't want to talk to anybody, but it's like no one likes her. So who else would she be talking
Yeah.
to?
True.
No, I guess
I
that.
didn't
That's
think
a
about
really
that.
good point.
You know what I'm
True.
saying? So I get it though because it did seem very dramatic,
Yeah.
very well as me, but at the same time,
Like why is she in the hot tub when the girls don't like her?
yeah,
I
like
totally
who
get
else would
that.
she make conversation
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
if she doesn't want to be all over him? So
Yeah.
it's a weird place because I get
Yeah.
though some of the girls' perspectives
Yeah.
as well.
It's honestly, you can understand both sides.
Yeah.
Like, you can understand why, honestly, some of, like, Darren or not as much B-Lashes, like, Marissa don't like Nikki for certain reasons. It's just both ways. It's reciprocal.
Yeah.
They're honestly both responsible because I had beef with, like, both of them.
Right.
Both sides kind of up to this point, which they're not really showing that much. But, like, they would both get on my nerves. And, like,
Right.
you're both at fault. Like, figure this shit
Yeah.
out.
Right. Yeah, and now that you brought that answer up, I can definitely see that point of view now. Because before I was like, well, why can't she just, hang out with the other girls, be normal? But like you said, a lot of the girls don't like her.
Yeah.
And so even now that I'm thinking about it, even going into the hot tub, that was
Yeah.
a big step.
But also the problem here, though, with this logic, which it's a yes for sure, but also put ourselves out there so much that I was in, and I'm sure other girls in situations I wanted to run from, and I wanted to be like, I don't want to be around you girls.
Right.
Like, you're all pissing me the fuck off. Sorry. Like, you're all pissing me off, but I'm doing this because I need to have time with these boys. Like, I need to be able to see through the girls. And I think at this point, she wasn't able to focus just on Pauly. She was letting the girls get to her too much.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's definitely like it's unexpected because, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of the girls have never been in this type of environment or situation. So it's hard. So,
Yes.
Yeah,
right,
Maria.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Which
with the
is probably-
exception of
She
Maria.
went and cried
but
in the shower
The
then.
majority of the girls, like, you know, it's new for them and they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah,
They're trying
totally.
to take it one by one.
Yeah, and we all have just such different crazy emotions, like girl emotions, you know, like,
Right.
which is everywhere at all times. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, it seems like this episode focused a lot on Nikki. And before we get into her even more, we have a special announcement.
We do. Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for making us the ESPN of AfterBuzz, of After Talk. What's the thing?
TV talk.
Of TV Talk. Let's run that back just for myself. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. We are so happy you're watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like this video and subscribe. If you're watching us, get in the chat, talk to us, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating because the other stars really don't matter. So L cosigns, 5-star rating. We so enjoy doing what we love here, and we appreciate you in supporting us and doing what we love.
Awesome.
Very
you.
nice.
I got
Very
through it,
nice.
boy. I got through
She
it.
got through it.
You got it. You got it. That's all that matters. All right. So another big plot point in this episode was when the girls had to vote for each other. So they voted for the best, the most jealous, or the thirstiest.
Yeah. Messy.
And I already knew how that was going, but like I said, the big two things that stood out, the most jealous and thirstiest, both went to Nikki.
Yeah.
What did you think about the voting?
I mean, I think there was another one in there that was, I think one was clingy, but they didn't show it, and Nikki won that too.
Okay.
So
Jeez.
I thought that
Did you vote for her?
I voted for her, what is it, clingy, no, thirstiest, and then what was the other one?
Jealous.
Most
Jealous.
Yeah.
I think I did vote for her for both. But honestly, at that point in time, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like malicious, like I want to throw her under the bus. Let me click for her. I don't think the girls voted for her maliciously, like they, you know, maybe she felt. I think most girls just kind of voted how they felt at the time. I don't think it was like we're friends with this girl, so this girl, let's give her the bad one.
Right.
I mean, she was acting the most thirsty at that point in a lot of people's eyes. So, I mean, like,
Not Holly though.
Holly is interesting because a lot of the stuff she did, a lot of people didn't see. Like, a lot of that was in her confessionals, like fangirling over Pauly. So I wasn't aware to the hype that she
didn't
was
know?
giving
Yeah.
Pauly. I just thought she was
played it
very,
cool.
yeah, she played it cool in front of
I
the
love
girls.
Holly.
Yeah, I freaking love her, but I didn't see her combos with Pauly, and it just cracks me up.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
That
cracks
was
me up.
funny.
She is such like a character, big personality.
Yeah.
So none of
yeah.
you guys knew that she was like a huge fan.
We knew, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
We knew.
Not to
Not
that
to that extent. It killed me. Like when she was like, I hope I get best smile.
Right.
I was like, you're the sweetest person. Like,
She seems like such a sweet person.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
she's cool.
yeah, she's very sweet. She like is very genuine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she ever scare? Could you feel that she was like scaring him off at any
I
time?
think so. There would be, I can't think of like a specific instance, but Pauly was definitely like, you need to switch from fan to like be interested in me.
Yeah.
And then in the future, she does some things that are hilarious, and I think it's kind of, it just brings her out even more like
Yeah.
fangirl. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm like, you got to switch it up if you want these guys to take you seriously, because the second you look at like a celebrity and you're
Right.
like, oh my God, you're a celebrity, they're not going to take you serious.
It's a turnoff.
Yeah, so she, you know, we'll see if she switches it up.
Hopefully. I wanna see her stick around.
I have
But
a quick question.
yeah.
The gullible one, did you vote for Zhu Li?
No.
That was just so random.
So
of a
random.
That
superlative.
was like,
I think
what?
that was like a throwaway vote. I
Yeah.
think I personally voted
Was
for
she gullible?
I don't think so. I didn't vote for her. I
Okay.
think I don't know why people voted for her for that. Maybe she got like 2 votes when everyone else got like 1. But I
That's
voted for
probably
Elise because Elise was so funny. Like
Right.
she was gullible in certain senses. She's like, oh, really? Like she's hilarious. I voted for Elise.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So Nikki, she ended up getting like the worst votes. Do you guys think it was the girls were wrong to do all that, or do you think they were justifiable for that?
I think it's their truth. I don't think anybody's wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's their opinion. But definitely, at least from watching, no one was surprised. None of us were surprised
Right,
that's who
exactly.
won. So I don't think they were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially seeing how you or listening to what you just said. I don't think that they probably like calculated. Well, some of them might have, like Darren. No, I'm joking.
Hi,
Darren.
Darren.
There could be
You're
a
awesome.
few, possibly.
But yeah, like some people might have like done that on purpose,
Yeah.
but like some people probably, like you said,
exactly.
felt it.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
Yeah, I can see both sides. I don't blame the girls for voting the way they voted because they were just being honest. And I always tell myself you can never get mad at someone for being honest with you.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I feel for Nikki because she feels like she's getting ganged up on.
Yes.
And that's never a good feeling whatsoever.
It definitely, from even my perspective after the fact, I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Because it looked really bad on her end. The guys were kind of like, damn, like really? Everyone thinks that? So,
Right.
Obviously, I think people were annoyed she got the double date after that, but it was kind of like shitty to be in her position.
Right.
yeah, Shanice, Sweet Smile says it was definitely malicious. Banana Boom also says, LMAO, that beep was malicious. I don't care.
Oh, wow.
All right, the people have spoken.
And that's
Yeah.
cool that they're sticking up for Nikki because it seems like sometimes the viewers were, against her. So it
Yeah.
seems like this episode kind of changed their perspective
Maybe
a little bit.
is it
of
because?
her.
Do you think it was because like that story that she told,
I
about like her backstory and stuff like that? Do you
I think that's not all the way why. That definitely helps because when she opened up to us about that, like privately, you kind of see her from a different light. Like, okay, she had a harder
Right.
upbringing, you know what I mean? So you can understand her a little bit more in that sense, but I think it was just the superlative. Like, she just got the worst ones in the house and it just
Okay.
made her look so bad. So we all either felt bad for her or some in the house was like, you deserved it. Now, like, change your attitude
Right.
or people won't like you here. You know, it's kind of like a turning point.
Do you think she deserved it?
I think at that point, not that she necessarily deserved it, but I mean,
like
she was given those because that's what, out of all the girls, that's what she was acting the most. Like,
Right.
I couldn't think of a girl who was like really thirsty or, I don't know. She fit the description at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nikki, she gets picked to go on a double date. I myself was a little surprised by
I
that.
wasn't.
Were you surprised
I
by
was
that?
yeah, I was definitely surprised by that.
Okay. What about you guys?
I don't think I was. Yeah, I don't think I was
shocked.
surprised because she did get the worst one, so they probably just wanted
Both
to see
of them.
to see why like she
Yeah.
got the worst one.
Yeah,
So.
I think some girls were like, "That's a wasted date."
Right,
You know, they're
right.
like, "Well, she's for Pauly. Why should get Vinny too?"
And-
So there was definitely some salty attitudes there.
And you can tell they were not happy.
Yeah.
They were not happy
Yeah.
whatsoever. And that's when like the claws came out and they were talking crap
Oh,
about her.
yes.
Especially
They were like-
Darren. Darren was not
Darren,
happy.
Darren.
Telling you this is a turning point this
Right.
episode
Yeah.
once this happens.
Really?
Because shit starts getting real. Like it gets
Okay.
actually people talk about their feelings and it's not so bottled up after this.
Right. And speaking of feelings, like how we were just discussing, Nikki opens up about, her past, about how, her family life and how she didn't have, the normal upbringing that other people
Yeah.
have. What did you guys think about that, about her finally opening up and us getting a different
Yeah.
side of Nikki?
I mean, I really sympathize with her because I grew up in a great household and like I couldn't even imagine what she grew up and like went through. So I feel like that can really change the way maybe you look at the world. So I felt, empathetic towards that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it definitely does shape a person. I feel like most people can appreciate vulnerability from anybody, so I was glad that
Yeah.
she shared that with
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this brings me back to saying, like, you never know what someone is going through in their life. So
Different
you
strokes for
can't
different
you
folks.
can't no matter how someone is acting, you always have to take a step back before you make judgments because you never know what's going on in their life.
Exactly.
And that was proof with Nikki. So I give her kudos for opening up like that on national television and telling pretty much the whole world.
Yeah,
because that cannot be easy.
Yeah,
you know.
No, totally, and that can also explain why she's emotional a lot. It's probably harder for her. But I'm happy she opened up about that. Getting to know the girls a little more in depth is definitely helpful to understand their insane personalities.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. And so then we move on to the shocking elimination, and I say that because it was not shocking whatsoever. I called it from like the get. It was so obvious to me that Zhu Li was gonna get sent home.
I didn't think that.
Okay.
You didn't think she was gonna get sent home?
They've
Who did
been
you
telling
think
her
was
the
gonna get
same thing for like 6 weeks, like
I
literally
mean,
the whole show.
I didn't even remember she was on the show, honestly. But I mean, but I didn't think that she was gonna get eliminated. I thought we were just gonna find out more about her story like later on. I honestly didn't know who was gonna get eliminated.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be someone who's like a big who's been on the show a lot. So yeah, I didn't.
During the elimination, were you shocked that Zhu Li went home, or were you like, okay, I saw it coming?
I saw that one coming.
Okay.
I mean, it was a point where a lot of us were really like shy, quiet, and then eventually everyone kind of came out of their shell by this point, and she was still in her shell. And then again, she didn't get any one-on-one dates. Like I was like lucky I got a date that night because that could have been me because I didn't really talk to them that much.
Right.
So I mean, she needed to come out a little sooner, but I could imagine that's why she went home.
What did you think, Lauren?
I wasn't shocked.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Zhu Li, but she just wasn't really a standout in any way. She's so sweet, she seems.
Well, I thought Brittany. That's who I thought would leave.
Brittany.
Okay.
But the
because
thing is,
she's
you
like,
know something about Brittany. Like, you don't really know anything about
Right.
Zhu
but
Li.
that's why I thought that she was going to be gone because I know that she doesn't seem like their type of girl.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing with Brittany, why I knew it wasn't gonna be Brittany, is because they didn't really they showed her a little bit when she got emotional about she was picked for what was she picked for?
Wifey material. Yeah.
And so she got really emotional about that. But she wasn't really shown that much in the episode, and I've noticed when they put a little camera time on someone and they discuss a problem that person has, then they're the ones that gets the boot. So that's how I kind of knew it wasn't.
Like when she was trying to be outgoing, she's like, she's so cute.
It was
I'm
so
gonna be outgoing in the pool. She's so sweet.
That is true because the last episode they were talking about how Susie and Nadia were together and then Nadia got eliminated.
We see you, producers. We know what you're doing.
We followed the trend.
We got it.
Yeah.
But it does.
It gets harder from here. I'm telling you, it'll be harder from here.
But on this episode, Susie, she seems like she's doing well without Nadia in the house. Yeah, she seems like she's having fun.
Yeah.
Was that like? How was that?
She really needed time to adjust after. Oh God, I just ripped this off. Damn. Okay.
It's live, people. It's live.
It's dead. She needed time to adjust after Nadia left because they were really each other's crutches. Like, you know, if something wasn't going right in the house or maybe the boys were busy, they would just go to each other. They were really attached to the hip, so she was very upset. But then Susie bounces back, you know. Yeah. She still tried to be positive, but she was pretty upset for a while, for sure. Yeah. It's like breaking up like such a friendship. Right. They had like a bromance with the girls,
Nice. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see how Susie handles being alone from her bestie.
I know.
Before we move on to anything further, we have some special news and gossip.
We do.
News and gossip.
Hey guys, so we're moving into news and gossip. So you'll see that guess who got a visit in the pin? Guess,
gosh.
Mike. So Vinny and Pauly go see Mike up in the jailhouse. They're so supportive. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the interviews, but they've been doing a lot of interviews about his experience in there. Apparently he's really into board games now.
Mike?
And he's reading, and luckily he's in like, you know, the safer part, so he won't get like beat up.
Well, that's good. That's good
So
to know.
Is there like a celebrity like?
I know. I wonder. I feel like
I mean, they have to because they're like people of interest. Yeah, people could just beat him up just for street cred. So he's definitely safer.
I saw Orange is the New Black, and they did give the celebrities on this special.
Well, that's where he's pinned away. But when he's, there, they come and stop by and visit him. So it's nice he has company. He'll be home soon.
Okay. And did they ever talk about Mike during the show?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Never
I think they're
talked
allowed
about
to.
Mike.
Okay.
I've seen something that says they aren't allowed to.
Yeah,
really?
That could be possible because his
Okay.
name honestly never got brought up at all. Like the other castmates would be brought up because we're like, oh, I wonder if someone's gonna visit, whatever, but never talked about it.
Huh. That's interesting.
And I felt it was like awkward. You didn't want to bring it up.
Right, right.
Ooh, you're like friends in jail.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
That is true.
Going,
But you know who did bring it up? I think in a previous episode, Holly. Remember
course.
that? It was
No, I thought she brought up him cheating.
No, but it was during a part. They were on. I think they were on a bus or something, and she was asking him multiple questions. Remember that part?
When they're in the van on the way back from the boardwalk.
Yeah. And one of those questions she asked
Mike
about.
doing?
Okay. Yeah, I slightly remember that. He was probably
It was a lot of questions to remember.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's funny, had like me and B Lashes in the front, we're just like swaying with the car, and
Right.
she's like going off on Pauly, like no idea it's happening.
All right, so now it's time for our special segment.
It is called the Spiral Squad, and if you don't know what it is, well, I'll tell you. It is where we find the girl who spiraled throughout the show, throughout this episode, the one who went the most wild, the most crazy, got a little bit too turnt sometimes. Who do you guys think is your Spiral Squad winner? I'll start with you, Lauren.
Ooh, this one's a hard one.
I know. I was gonna say we're gonna go with you, Elle. Let me think. Maybe I'm gonna choose somebody different that we've never chose before.
Okay.
She's not really a spiral. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna go with Marissa, and this is why.
Oh.
This is why. She just kind of came out of nowhere. And the fact that, like, I didn't realize, I guess she's a part of the East Coast clique, but I didn't realize, like, that she did not like Nikki. She was the one speaking up the most after the superlatives, kind of even more than Darren.
True.
Like, yeah,
That's
you,
very
yeah,
true.
you. So I don't know. I'm just really switching it up because we know all these girls are crazy, and that's why we love them. But I was surprised because I didn't know she felt that strongly toward Nikki. So that was interesting.
On my life, I was gonna say Marissa. I
Twinsies.
swear, because I don't know if they showed it even as much in the show, but when we were all sitting on the couch, kind of, after the superlatives came out, all accusing Nikki, whatever, she was like going off on Nikki, kind of like just kind of like be real, blah blah blah, blah. Like she came kind of out of left field with that. She has very strong feelings, and it only gets like harsher for Nikki. So I would go with Marissa on this one. They don't show her enough doing this, but behind the scenes she was definitely aggressive, like more aggressive than Darren for sure. She's verbally aggressive.
Isn't she where's she from?
Long Island.
Yeah, I was like, isn't she from New York?
Yeah, she has that like New York accent. Like I love it, but she's very vocal, and I think it's starting to come out. I mean, but like everybody, you're always gonna say Nikki, but Nikki didn't really spiral. She kind of just went back in her cocoon.
Right, exactly. So you can't really give it to Nikki.
Yeah, no.
And I was gonna give it to Nikki, but then during the part in the episode where she opened up, I was like, I can't give it to her. We now know like why she's doing this. How awful would I be? So I guess I would have to give it to Darren.
Okay.
Because she seemed like she was also one of the main people who was just going against Nikki, This isn't right, this isn't fair, this bleep that, and so I'm gonna give it to Darren.
I think. Okay, sorry.
What do they have to say?
Well, people are saying she is a spiral. I think they're talking when you're talking about Marissa. Banana Boom said she is a spiral. Tanae Nelson also said accurate about Marissa. I think my Spiral Squad winner would probably be, there's this one girl, what's her name? I think her name was like Elle or something. I'm joking. I agree with you guys. I think Marissa.
Yeah.
Because she was like, that's another one who I think had ill will against Nikki for the vote. So I think she did on purpose. But she seems like kind of a bully as well with Darren. So it would be Marissa and
Yeah.
Darren. So
Combo.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah.
Concur.
let us know. Keep telling us in the comments who you think your Spyro Squad winner is. We would love to engage with you. And yeah, just let
Like
us
I
know.
said, we need to just for the finale, just tally them all up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them
I
a
don't
special
remember my
prize.
votes from the other.
I think I remember them. But we'll have to see.
I have a quick question, Vinny.
Yeah.
Can I ask? I think everybody wants to know. How come you're not in the East Coast group?
Oh.
Because you're from Philly.
That's a good question. Yeah.
That's an interesting question. You know what? I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Like, I live in Philly, obviously East Coast. I was
Right.
born in North Jersey, but I feel like because I'm in Philly, it's not, like, classified East Coast, even though it is. I'm literally,
Yeah,
like,
it's the
10
East
minutes
Coast.
away from Jersey over the bridge. But I think it's like they clicked from the very beginning, and I was more like, I'm not trying to click with girls, so, yet.
Right.
So they clicked from the beginning. They had a very tight-knit group, like it was kind of like B Lashes, Marissa, Holly, Darren, and then you couldn't really get in there.
Okay.
And Elise lives in Brooklyn, I live in Philly, so I think it was more like Long Island, Jersey
Okay.
group.
And so this is your first reality show,
Yeah.
right? What was that like, and what drew you to
Yeah.
applying to
Yeah.
go on this
where was
crazy
that
show?
application? Give us a whole layout.
So yeah. So I mean, reality shows. I have never obviously been on one. This one I would randomly get reached out to, like DMs or random calls, and they'll be like, "Would you want to try out for this reality show?" And in the past, I'd be like, "No, that's not my vibe." And then someone actually, I didn't apply to it. Someone like a casting person DM'd me, and they were like, "You seem like you'd be a good fit for this show."
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it was really cool, and I'm lucky I answered that DM because it did look really sketch.
Right.
And so I answered it. They set up a Skype call, and then I flew to LA, and it kind of, it went well. But I know a lot of girls, they did apply. I think it was on the website or something.
Like on MTV.
Yeah, but the thing is, everybody thinks it was like Jersey Shore, Pauly, Vinny. We had no idea. It was a celebrity.
Okay.
So they made up a fake name, Love Celebrity Style. That was the show name. We're like, oh, it's like The Bachelor with a celebrity. We don't know who it is. So I didn't know what I was really getting into.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's time for our predictions of the show.
Oh my god.
We're making the sound effects here. And
They're amazing,
Love
right?
it. So scary. Oh my god.
All right. So what do you guys think? We'll start with you, Lauren. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think that Nikki is going to soften. I think
Okay.
that Darren and the other East Coast girls, not this East Coast girl, are going to get more and more aggressive, or be perceived that way. I think, I don't know, I feel like we're going to see more of Elise getting stronger. I feel like she
Yeah.
might have shaken her up a little bit. She's like, yeah, you're
Yeah,
my girl,
yeah.
but I got
Rattled her.
competition here. So I think Elise is going to be more in your face. I just think a lot of the girls that we haven't seen are going to kind of step up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that we're going to see more of.
What about you, CJ?
I think Angelina, we saw in the trailer or whatever, she's gonna come in and, how can I say this politely, F stuff up. And just
Yeah.
like go off on everybody, because Angelina is crazy. If you guys are a Jersey Shore fan, she is a crazy person. So I'm just psyched to see like who she's gonna go off on.
Yeah.
I have some ideas, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see more drama and more craziness, and I definitely agree with you. Elise is going to step it up. We kind of saw a preview of
Yeah.
that in this episode, so I'm excited to see her put on her competition shoes and stir things up.
Yeah.
I know you know what happens, but can you give us a little
She can give us a
teaser of what to expect?
There is a lot to expect. Like,
Yes.
it seems like we're pretty much in the show, but there is so much more, I'm telling you, that happens. There's some travel, there's some really special guests, a lot of really special guests, which is really exciting. And I think there is a really, like, they said, shocking elimination, and you guys kind of are like, I can predict a lot of these. I'm telling you, the future ones, it's very difficult to predict.
Okay.
And then it just from this point on, I'm telling you, gets very real. Like, we're not on, like, we're on a show all being friends. Everybody starts being themselves.
Okay.
So you're seeing a lot of more character development and, like, you know, each person. I get why she ticks. I get why she acts that way. So
Okay.
you're getting much more in depth of each person, which I think is necessary for this type of show.
Hello Sunflower or Hello Sunfire says, "You are so cool, Elle."
Oh, that's
You are cool. You're very cool.
Oh my god, that's why like everyone just says I'm chill on the show. You're like even Vinny in the date, he's like, you're just like not extra. You're kind of in the
Right.
background, but you're cool. Like, you know, that's just me.
Well, you're definitely one of the chillest guests that we've had.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming on and
Thank you.
talking with
Of
us. This was so
course.
much fun.
Yeah.
But that is all the time we have for today. You guys want to say anything?
Hey guys, you can find me on Instagram at Lauren Out Loud or on YouTube at Lauren Mayo.
Oh.
Is it me or?
Do I do an Instagram?
Go for it.
Yeah. What do you have?
My Instagram name is LWilsonXO.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to promote?
I just want to say, like, keep watching the show. I promise you, each episode gets better. Like, it is a great show. Don't lose interest. I'm telling you, crazy shit happens.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah, and thanks for having me, guys. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
I'm CJ Walker. You can find me everywhere at ICJ Walker, even on YouTube because I'm a YouTuber.
And I am Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at Benny J Adams. See you guys next time.
Later,
See you guys later.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.